Chapter 4, Peach Blossoms. Periwinkle bolts awake to the sound of a knock on his door. What time is it? Rises from the couch and lightly treads over to check who might be visiting him so early in the morning. First I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. Took several moments to register the fact that Pastel was on my doorstep. Knocking comes again, snapping me out of my stupor. One moment, please. Periwinkle gathers up the clothes he'd left on the floor and stuffs them out of sight. Next he scrambles into the bathroom to check his makeup. Passable, considering the circumstances. Wrapping a blanket around his shoulder in an attempt to look half decent, he finally opens the door. Hey, it's Pastel. Just who we wanted to see. Hi, I took the day off, so Sorry, did I wake you up? Yes, I had a late night. Come in. I'll be ready in just a moment. Pastel is here. But why is he here? A day off? Not that he has the day off, but that he chose to take it and then come here? Let's just put that aside for now. I need to get dressed. Periwinkle scurries back into his bedroom to change, while Pastel waits politely by the door. So, your day off, And you chose to visit me? I'm flattered. Well, it's not just a visit. I was hoping to, take you on a date. Oh, a date. Usually we reserve those for dinner time, haven't we? I wanted to make up for yesterday. So, if you didn't have any other plans, I was thinking we could just hang out for a while. Sure, I don't mind, but what exactly is there to make up for, my sweet? You know how I told you not to come back to the shop, even though you only showed up to do me a favor? He has it completely backwards. Periwinkle pokes his head out from the bedroom to look at Pastel in the eye. Au contraire, Pastel. I should be the one to apologize for putting you in such an uncomfortable position. I shouldn't have shown up unannounced. It wasn't my intention to cause you any actual discomfort. No, I don't think I clarified my boundaries from the beginning, so that's not your fault at all. And it seems everything is fine now? Perhaps I could get to know these boundaries better during our date then. Why does it sound suggestive when you say it? I mean, everything he says is suggestive, so why are you surprised by now? Periwinkle retreats back to his room with a smile. This boy has truly caught me off guard. I'm almost frustrated that the spiral of guilt and confusion I lost myself in yesterday could be resolved so quickly. That's all it was. I had merely been fixating on my mistake, and nothing to do with Pastel per se. He just happened to be one at the center of it, so of course all of my attention was unnecessarily directed towards him. There's no problem then, which means, as usual, I can enjoy our date to the fullest extent. Well, do tell me where we're headed. I need to know if I'm going to pick something to wear. You haven't had breakfast yet, have you? Let's get something to eat first. Actually, could you come in here a moment? Yes? Thought it might be fun to have you choose what outfit I wear. Are you sure? Clean clothes are in the pile, dear. Oh, okay, Pastel begins to sort through the pile of skirts and dresses, taking extra care to fold the ones he sets aside. How about these? Pressured the folding screen and holds the clothes out to the side for Periwinkle to take. Oh, these are a nice pick, but no underwear? Oh, what are you wearing some? So scandalous, Pastel. I didn't know you had it in you. Okay, please, I'll find you a pair. Oh, I'm only teasing, my sweet. Oh my god, he's so easy to fluster and get embarrassed. Periwinkle finally walks out, fully dressed. Oh, they're so adorable. I like it. Such a cute little outfit. Ready to go. Pastel looks him up and down cautiously. You're wearing some, right? Why, you want to see? We just had to find out later tonight, won't we? Perry! I mean, it definitely will, but I get to still accessorize. Well, seeing as we're going for a flowery theme, we're going to do flower crown and whatever. Ooh, flower choker, yes. And, and sprout. Yeah, that seems nice. I like that. We can go with that one. What a lovely day for a date. We walk side by side, Pastel with his hands stuffed into oversized pockets. So cute. It's a perfect position to be clinged to, but I must refrain. Dad'd be comfortable with me hanging all over him in broad daylight. Besides, there's no need to jump into such overt affections just yet. We reach the cafe, Pastel orders us some donuts to share. Donuts. Wonder what else he has planned. Only mentioned hanging out. Who knows what else that could entail. Watching away at our breakfast, I study his face for clues. Really is so cute. Remember the choker? He wore it on our first date as well. That's the same beret he left behind after one of our sleepovers. Such a pointed choice in accessories. Now all my staring has embarrassed him. You're too easily flustered, my sweet. Forgive me for staring. I was trying to intuit what you might have planned for us after this. Nothing in particular. Wandering around town is enough for me. I see. Luring does facilitate conversation quite well. As long as we're out and about, we won't end up, is he going to say it? You know. Of course not. I actually like it when we get to talk. I mean, not that we don't when I sleep over, it's just a different kind. True. Sorry, now I feel like I'm talking too much. No, not at all, my sweet. I have to say, I'm rather enjoying our chats as well. Even if you can't resist cutting them short once we're behind closed doors. I'm really sorry. Simply too much fun. But this is no time for my usual teasing. Can't forget what brought us here. This is the perfect opportunity to become more deeply acquainted. Learn all about pastels so that I don't end up crossing the line again. In the interest of defining boundaries, are there any subjects I should avoid bringing up with you? On that note, has there ever been anything I've said that's caused you discomfort in the slightest? Please, don't hold back. Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, I've always felt pretty comfortable around you, so we could probably talk about anything and it'd be okay. Anything really. Surely you must have some sensitive topics you'd like to avoid. I guess so, but I wouldn't really be worried talking about them with you. Actually, you might be the most attentive person I've ever met. Maybe that's why I'm not worried at all. I'm glad to hear that. But you certainly piqued my curiosity. What kinds of sensitive topics, if you don't mind me asking? Like, for example, you never made me feel weird about gender stuff. I certainly hope not. That one's a bit sensitive for me as well. See, that's why it feels okay to talk about it with you. I'm, not very masculine, so I get mistaken for a girl every now and then. Not that it's something I get mad about or anything. I've always dealt with it since I was little. Still, I think it bothers me in particular since, I'm intersex. Right. I want to be recognized as a boy, but I like wearing feminine clothes too. Yes, that's exactly it. I feel the very same. Right? Like, I don't want to be limited to presenting only one way, even if I'm fine with boys' clothes too. For me, it's simply about looking beautiful. I dress to fit my ideal. It's not a matter of gender, but aesthetic preferences. These are the clothes I feel best in. You, look really good in them too. Why, thank you. And I must say, your sense of style never fails to impress. I'm glad you like it. Pastel sips his drink while Periwinkle continues. When I was young, I didn't have the confidence to dress so beautifully. Can you even imagine it? You without confidence? No, I'm not sure that's possible. Right? I suppose I was a different person back then. When I grew up, things were much more black and white. You were either a boy or a girl, and you had to dress accordingly. That sounds harsh. Yes, the fortunate reality of this world we live in very much was. I was completely miserable. Perhaps it's because I came from that sort of environment. I want it to be known I look this glamorous as a boy. Not to say that this isn't easy for any gender. I only wish for my efforts to be acknowledged. I think that's just your competitive spirit again. See, you truly understand me. We laugh together. Periwinkle relaxes into his chair and finishes his drink with a big smile on his face. Pastel and I depart from the cafe and make our way down the street. No destination in mind, the details of our surroundings, things I've never really paid any mind to, make themselves known. Almost from the bakery, the flower shop, the pastry, each distinct and enticing, but with a peaceful feeling as we pass each of them by. Now there's a fun idea, something that transforms over time, giving you a sense of place. But I shouldn't be thinking about work while I'm on a date. I turn my attention back to Pastel. With gender thoroughly discussed, the next personal question would have to be, sexuality. Which type of partner gets you the most hot and bothered? You can't just shout those words in the middle of a crowd. Oh, who's even listening? I certainly wasn't shouting. Please don't talk about that stuff too loudly. People start giving us weird looks. Shall I whisper it into your ear then? That's even worse! Now who's shouting? Still glances around, but despite his outburst, Periwinkle was right. No one had turned their way. Sorry, I guess it's okay. Feel free to stop me if I'm being too much, yes? There's nothing wrong with being a little too much. I imagined you'd say so. Turning to the topic at hand, I've been with all sorts of partners. I'd say I can appreciate just about anyone. But I must admit, I prefer witch boys above all others. I would also say witch boys. Oh, care to elaborate, my sweet? Nope, that's all I have to say on the matter. How to tease have you later then? Follow along the twisting streets of the shopping district, looking at each of the windows as we pass them by. This is my favourite part of town, filled with all the high-end boutiques you can dream of. Mannequins from one of them catches my eye, and lightly grab Pastel's sleeve to draw his attention. You look so good in that, don't you think? Really? I don't know if something so extravagant would really suit me. Nonsense. You could pull it off. The accents match your eyes. I guess they do. But you look great in that one too. Oh, and that one. You're pointing to everything. Yes, well, the alternative would be to say that I'd like to see nothing at all. Guy is so fucking adorable. Do you go clothes shopping often? You have such a variety of cute looks. Oh, every now and then, but I can't afford the kind of stuff they sell here. It is rather pricey, but the brands are worth it. I really don't know anything about fashion. Just end up picking whatever stands out to me. As it should be. Better off not becoming obsessed with these things. Certainly isn't easy on the wallet. I'll leave the brand name stuff to you then. Just seeing them is enough for me. Oh, just seeing them. Not stripping them off me? It's so easy to tease. After all, our little fashion circuit ended up near the cafe where we started. I certainly worked him up enough to take him home right away, but that would mean cutting our date short, and what a shame that would be. Skip ahead of Pastel and twirl around to face him. There's somewhere I would like to take you. Huh? Sure. Where's your work? I've seen your workplace, but you haven't seen mine. It's a little apothecary I sold my magic to for distribution. Apothecary? I thought you sold perfumes. Technically, that's all they are. I don't claim they deliver any lasting health benefits. More for healing the mind. Anxiety, stress, any other unpleasant feelings can be lifted away with just the right aromas. More effective for some than others, but for those sensitive to such things, it can make quite a difference. Now I fear I bored you with all this uninteresting work chatter. No, that's not it at all. I was just thinking. Really admirable that your magic can be used to help people like that. Admirable? Selling candy, I think, makes people happy too. Maybe that's what's fun about it. Not that I'd ever claim our candy is healthy either. But you think you might get cavities. The witch who owns the apothecary really liked the sample I passed along to her. But she'll ask to distribute your candies as well. See, my boss would never agree to that. Anyway, I'd be happy to see it. Lead the way. Very well, follow me. When we enter the apothecary, it looks to be completely empty. Stragglers usually sits in the back room, consumed in her work, till she hears the chime of a customer entering. You ask me, she could really use another helper to liven up the place. But I suppose the hustle and bustle of an ever-busy shop would have its own setbacks. Feel free to look around. I'm going to go and greet the owner. Sure. Periwinkle leans over the counter to peek into the back room. Stragglers, you have a customer. Oh, Periwinkle, didn't expect to see you back so soon. I brought Pastel, we're on a date. Okay. Looks over at Pastel, who waits when he notices he's been watched. Stragglers turns back to Periwinkle. I take it you decided not to heed my advice. What advice? Why bother coming here if you're just gonna do whatever you want? Well, whatever. Is there a reason you're here? I thought I'd drop by to give you a little update. As you can see, everything is fine now. Sure, very normal of you to suddenly bring on one of your dates here. Is it not? I visit you all the time. Yeah, not for stuff like this. Anyway, I want you to meet Pastel. Pastel, come over here. Startled by suddenly being called upon, Pastel fumbles the bottle he was holding and it crashes onto the floor. We'll pay for that. Hey, you break it, you buy it. Sorry, I can fix it. Pastel sweeps the pieces of broken bottle into a pile along with its powdered contents. Holds his hands over the pile, now glowing with magic. Three of them watch as it resembles perfectly before all reassembled perfectly before them. Impressive. Done it so quickly. There, good as new. Bring it here. Sure. Sorry. I can't help but feel I put Pastel in yet another uncomfortable situation. Damn, can't even tell it was ever busted up. This kind of magic your specialty? Not really. I only learned it because I thought it'd come in handy. Huh. Oh. You being the ever klutz you are, definitely would be. Man, I would definitely need magic like that too. Straggler continues inspecting the bottle, and takes it back into the back room without saying another word. Wow, I suppose she was impressed too. Is she mad at me? I can't really tell. Looks like you were spared today. That spell really saved you. I can't believe I did that. Not usually this clumsy, I swear. Oh, but wouldn't it be adorable if you were Pastel the Klutz? No, I'm just gonna wait outside. Don't be too hard on yourself. Probably she made a better impression than you think. Pastel walks out of the apothecary and leans against the counter waiting for Astragalus to re-emerge from the back room. But when she does, it's with a bag full of, well, I'm not quite sure. Where'd your boyfriend go? You shouldn't call him that. Might I ask, what is it you're holding? Busted lamp. Been meaning to glue it back together myself, till I saw the opportunity to save myself the trouble. How offensive. Take it to a repair shop like everyone else. Nah, waste of money. Better keep that boy around. He's useful. You certainly changed your tune. He's cute. I get a good vibe from him. Anyway, bring him back in sometime so I can get this lamp fixed. Got it? He won't be doing that. Seriously though, where I'm from, we were taught that you can tell a lot about a witch from their magic. And he's very empathetic, sincere, compassionate. Well, you aren't wrong, but how can you judge that sort of thing after witnessing one little spell? Wouldn't you like to know? I don't need your superstitions. I have a date to get back to. Alright, have fun, Periwinkle. Oh, I very much intend to. Smiling to himself, Periwinkle strides confidently out the door to where Pastel is waiting. Hey, do I still need to pay for that bottle? She didn't mention it. I'm glad I could fix it. I was worried it might be expensive. You never told me you were good with magic. As I recall, you said you had been living without it. Yeah, mostly. I won't get into the reason why, but I got back into studying it recently. Straggler certainly thought you were talented. I'm impressed too, of course. Thanks. If only I could use magic to stop myself from being a klutz. Oh, are you embracing that nickname now? No. Please go back to saying my sweet. If you like that one so much, I suppose I have no choice. I just mean... Never mind. Don't call me anything. Oh, Pastel. We usually must stroll around town. This time it's Pastel who takes the lead. Seems to have some place in mind that hasn't said as much. Then he takes my hand and leads me up a labyrinth of stairs. And once we reach the top, a gust of wind sweeps through the trees overhead, showering us in flower petals. Peach blossoms. It's nice, isn't it? I can't help but think you're trying to tell me something right now. Huh? Don't you remember my Daisic was also peach-scented? I wasn't thinking about that. I just was trying to think of some place we could go, and this one came to mind. It's lovely, very romantic. Straight out of a Suji manga, honestly. How does he know I'm weak to such things? We don't have to stay. I mean, we've already walked around so much. It's okay if you want to head back now. Not to do things, I mean. I'm just gonna stop talking. Pastel. Yes? You presented me quite the conundrum. If I kiss you now, you'll definitely want to return home with me as soon as possible. But I wasn't done learning all about you. Now I'm ready for our date to end. Oh, that is a conundrum. Yes, you see, both options are equally appealing. However, can I decide? Well, it's still light out. Maybe we can hold back until after dinner? Or I could have you for dinner. On the other hand, you bring up a valid point. Way back is fun in itself. Do you expect me to recover after what you just said? No, definitely not. See, this is quite fun. Decided then, the date continues. Give Pastel a moment to calm himself. Walk up to the railing and look out at the town. You can see Taylor Suites from here, and the train station next to it. My house is somewhere in a row of similarly built houses, inconspicuous. Fallen pillars litter the bricks at our feet, with every little breeze carrying a few more over the railing to land somewhere unknown. After watching them for a while, I turned back to Pastel. Tell me about your magic. Okay, what do you want to know? Your specialty, dear. You're that good at reconstruction. Imagine it must fall somewhere in that category. Not really. I'm actually an astral witch. My, how rare. What exactly does that entail for you? Well, I mostly use it for fire spells, like anyone else. Forgive me, not well versed in magic theory, but doesn't astral magic have something to do with the creation? It does, but the stuff is pretty advanced. I haven't been able to find any books explaining how to use it. Which is probably for the best, actually. No one should be allowed to go around creating souls spontaneously. Still rubs the back of his neck, looking off into the distance. Seems so troubled by the subject. I suppose because he has been living without magic, I may feel strange to openly discuss it. Astral witch, though, I wouldn't have guessed. Putting two and two together, one thing makes perfect sense now. So the famous Taylor Suites golem was your creation? Is she really that famous? I'd expect our sales to be a little better if that were the case. But yeah, just don't go around telling everyone. Don't know what I was doing when I made her. What an amazing feat, and yet you sound almost ashamed of it. It's not like I regret it or anything. Gumdrop really is great. I just feel bad that she got stuck in a body with so many limitations. Like she didn't ask to be made that way. I didn't know you could even make golems that felt real emotions, so of course I never considered any of that. Sorry to go off about it. I've just been feeling guilty lately. Kind of a heavy topic. No, thank you for telling me. It's as if I've discussed discovered a whole new side of you today. I'm grateful to know it. Thanks for listening. I don't get many chances to talk about things like this, so I'm grateful for it too. Hearing you speak of her, though, I'd love to meet this golem of yours one day. Sure, maybe one day. Pastel is amazing. Never met anyone who would downplay their talents this much. Could ask 1,000 questions and still only scratch the surface. My, now I am the insatiable one. The tables have turned. Decide to turn. It's time to move on and descend the stairs from whence we came. Still chatting endlessly as we decide where we'll wander next. Our dinner, or over dinner, Pastel opens up a little more. Trade anecdotes, listen intently to each other's stories, no matter how unremarkable the events told within them. I can never tire of it. was hooked by his every word. At last the hours flew by and our day together was quickly approaching its end. Now we had the whole night to look forward to. The sun was on its way down as we emerged back onto the street. The atmosphere was so different that it had been just a short while ago. Pastel brushes his bangs aside and asks, "Do you want to head back? It's starting to get late." You waited so patiently to be able to say that. It's not like you aren't thinking of it too. Let's go through the park. It's a shorter walk. Sure, after you. Periwinkle extends his hand, which Pastel takes without hesitation. In the cover of dusk, they walk toward the park with fingers gently intertwined. The park during twilight hours is nearly always deserted. Tonight was no exception. We had the entire place to ourselves. This way I can cling to Pastel all I want. And on top of that... what are you smiling about? Finally, no one's around. We can talk about all the inappropriate things that we want. I knew there was something dangerous about taking this shortcut. It's okay then, right? No one will ever hear your lascivious confessions. Okay, what do you want to know? Oh, I didn't think you'd actually agree. I don't have anything prepared. What, really? How anticlimactic. Unless you're dying to tell me how much you love being domed. I'm not gonna say that. Any fetishes then? I have experience with all sorts, you know. This is too much. I need to sit down. Still begins to retreat to a nearby bench. Are you perhaps into fooling around outdoors? That's illegal. Only kidding. Or maybe not. Periwinkle follows Pastel to the bench and sits down beside him, leaning his head on his shoulder. Your sweatshirt is so warm. Are you upset with me for suggesting such a scandalous idea? No, but if you cling to me too much, I'm worried I might change my mind. Wouldn't want to compromise your morals, but also hate to let go. Pastel laughs at that and resigned to his fate. Pair sits in comfortable silence for a while, listening to only the sound of the fountain before them. Periwinkle can start to feel himself being lulled to sleep by it, and so he tries to speak up again. I don't know what it is about you, Pastel. You talked all day, and yet I still don't feel like it's enough. I don't really expect to be out this late either. It kind of happened. Well, it just kind of happened. This is all supposed to be foreplay, wasn't it? Forgive me for putting it so bluntly. I guess it was. Pastel, we have to get back to my place so I can free. You weren't kidding about being straightforward, were you? You really are being so blunt right now. We have to. It's the entire purpose of the foreplay, isn't it? How could you let it go on this long? We could head back right now. Yes. You're gonna have to stand up first. In a moment. Trapped in a comfortable position on that bench, Periwinkle is unable to stand in the end. Sally falls asleep to the sound of the fountain and Pastel's beating heart. Oh, that's adorable. Maybe we'll just have to have more fun later on, eh? Anyway, Chapter 5, Stifled Emotions. Periwinkle wakes up in his bed the next morning, alone. Pastel? No response. No evidence of him either. None of his clothes laying about, no blankets out of place. Wearing pajamas though, I don't remember changing into them. In fact, I don't remember coming home at all. Did I fall asleep then? I vaguely remember being carried, but... Pauses. Instantly throws the cover off himself and leaps from bed. he truly isn't here. He changed my clothes. Was I conscious of that? I fell asleep before we could fuck. Yep, that you did. Periwinkle paces around his room, desperately running through the events of the previous night. We were on our way here, stopped to rest, but it was so comfortable that this is unheard of. This is first time something like this has ever happened. We had such a nice day together. Perfect date, really. Should have ended with a bang. Or multiple bangings. Am I right? Normally would have. We both very much wanted it to. How could I let myself fall asleep like that? No, there's no need to panic. Simply lost track of time. We had been walking around all day. Of course I would be worn out by the end of it. I should have accounted for that. A simple mistake. One that completely nullified all the tension I had so gradually built up. Had I gone lost in the performance then? Romantic flourish meant only to heighten the intensity of the passionate night to come. It's roleplay, pretend, and the only thing genuine about it is the lust that it masks. Me to have reached a point of satisfaction before the intended finale would mean it was just a legitimate romantic date. Periwinkle stops in his tracks, turns back towards his bed and crawls under the covers, wrapping himself up in them. Had I ever had one of those before? I mean, I certainly don't expect every date to end in a sexual encounter. Sometimes a partner just isn't ready, or something comes up. It isn't that sex was owned, no. It's that never even reached the bedroom. That never happens. Thought sinks in. Periwinkle slowly unwraps himself from these blankets and sits up in bed. Overreacting. Yes, I'm merely embarrassed that I had to be carried home and tucked into bed, to be taken care of like that. I mean, admit it, you kinda like it, don't you, Periwinkle? Especially done by someone who's so adorably cute as Pastel. Usually I'm the one who takes care of things. Now I just feel ridiculous. Something isn't right here. There has to be an explanation. Yes, that is. You're in love, my dude. This is what love is. Safe to admit, at this point, I'm very sensitive to matters that involve Pastel. Well, where did they begin? It couldn't have started just the other day. Things were relatively normal, though I was seeing him quite often, more so than other partners in the past. It progressed too far beyond casual, or could have caused this. Thinks for a moment before walking out of his bedroom with purposeful strides. Going immediately to the bookcase, he tosses a few things aside and pulls down the box of his favourite perfumes, then carefully extracts a bottle filled with pale pink liquid. You must be the culprit. It's aphrodisiac, no, love potion. I wanted to see Pastel's reaction when I called it that. It was a consequential little joke, but it kept coming up. There must be something to it. Could the peach blossom yesterday have further amplified its effects? Yes, it all makes sense now. Whether it be my own magic or some kind of chain reaction with pastels, I somehow unintentionally created a scent that evokes a romantic obsession in witches. There's research to be done. I had to put an end to this artificially inspired feelings. I'll create an anti-aphrodisiac then, create to counter all its effects. At which point everything will go back to normal. There's no problem at all. Except there will be when you realize that it's your own true feelings and not anything to do with the love potion. Convinced by his new theory, Periwinkle dresses himself and heads out to find a solution. And time to dress ourselves, hell yeah. Okay, I think we gotta look smart yet stylish for this, so I'm going with this one. I guess. Head directly to the potion supply shop just a few blocks away. Throwing away reference materials, though I usually only come to purchase magic containers, files to hold my perfumes. Navigating their shelves of spell manuals and encyclopedias, I find myself somewhat overwhelmed. But soon the shopkeeper comes to my aid. Good afternoon, Periwinkle. And what might you be looking for today? New bottles, books, or perhaps me? I'm ready. It's lovely to see you, but I'm strictly here for business. Playing professional today, I see. Your loss. Few witches have ever come close to my level of flirty energy, but Amaretti is one of them. May have fooled around at a party once or twice, but who's to say? As much as her company would be a welcome distraction, I'm afraid removing my self-inflicted curse takes priority. There is actually something you can help me with. But first, would you happen to know anything about aphrodisiacs? Aphrodisiacs. Magic that sways the heart, stimulates the libido. They do end up being classified as dark magic because of the manipulative aspects, but the proper spell books happen to contain instructions for consensual usage. Is that what you'd be looking for? Yes, rather assuming those books also contain instructions for cancelling the effects. Something go wrong in the bedroom? You can tell me. Nothing to get embarrassed about. No, it's much more complicated than that. Which spellbook did you say I could find this information in? I'd like to look through them if possible. You're lying to me, aren't you? You just want to learn those spells to spice things up in the bedroom. Not everything is related to sex, Amaretti. Love, then? No, you're not the type. Come on, why don't you just tell me? I can't help you if you won't give up any details. All I want to know is whether or not aphrodisiac-induced feelings of romantic love can be nullified. Details aren't important. So it is love. Why does she insist on wasting my time? Large resounding thud from down the aisle startles both Amaretti and Periwinkle. Pear turns to see a much shorter witch standing there, fuming. I had to listen to you two ignominious babble on for another second. I'm gonna lose it. There was another customer here? How long have they been listening? First off, stop conflating aphrodisiacs and love potions. They're entirely separate categories. A witch who sells potion supplies would at least know that much. You saw a whole book about it right here. Just as the thick tome she had slammed onto the floor at the beginning of her outburst. So that's the one I was thinking of. You'll find everything you need to know about cancelling your love spell there, Periwinkle. No, you won't. You won't? Because it's not a frickin' love spell to begin with. I find it majorly unlikely someone being able to pull off a spell like that when I've been trying it for literally years. Well, thank you. That certainly answers my question. Since you're familiar with these things, I must ask, if not a love spell, could it have been a side effect of some other type of magic? A side effect. You think it's so easy it could be tacked on just like that? Placebo effect is more like it, in which case all you need to do is stop thinking about it, and it'd go away. Dumbass. Oh, really? That saves me so much trouble. Thank you for the advice. That shopkeeper would have done her research. Which angry shouts fade into pathetic mumbles as she storms out of the shop. My, what a lovely interaction. You handled that so well. You should work in retail. No thank you. Oh, so I'm the one in need of a career change now. After that exchange? Roni gives a nervous laugh and steps away to return the spellbook to its proper shelf. After bidding her farewell, Periwinkle exits the store to begin her short walk home. Or his, yeah. Placebo. Of course it's just a placebo. I should have thought of it sooner. There was never any cause for alarm. This is just like before. It had nothing to do with Pastel. He just happened to be the one my mind is fixating on. Precisely as the temperamental little witch said, if I stop thinking about him, the problem will resolve on its own. And so I must take a few days to focus on myself. At least until I can find my way out of this odd state I've ended up in. Operation Stop Thinking About Pastel, Day 1. Let's see, the optimal distracting task would be work, of course. First I can begin with the transforming aroma I thought of yesterday. But that idea came about during an owl date. Should be avoiding any and all memories tied to him at the moment. This might prove more difficult than I anticipated. No matter, I'll just warm up with a nice bergamot scent for now. Periwinkle retrieves a few empty vials from his box of perfume supplies and readies his wand. Instead of the bright green drops he expected, what comes out is a familiar pale pink. Peach? That isn't right at all. Seals the bottle and moves on to the next, which, much to his dismay, yields the same result. Okay, magic is tied to emotions. Mustn't get frustrated. I have to focus. Deep breaths. It never helps to force it. Just imagine the desired scent and try this for a third time. And yet, peach again. This is a waste of supplies. So much of my attempts at diligence. I can't conjure other scents, so I had to find something else to occupy my time. Housework. I can finally get some chores done around here. Nothing could possibly distract me from finishing them today. They are distractions. Oh, that's right. I still had laundry to put away, didn't I? Periwinkle walks into his bedroom to face the pile of clothes he hadn't folded yet. If I tell myself I'll get to it later, I tend to leave it for days. The single large pile he expected wasn't there. Instead, it was split into two, with one already half folded. Don't remember making this much progress. No, Pastel did this, didn't he? When he came to pick me up yesterday. Curses, he's too good. Can't touch this right now. Periwinkle covers the pile of neatly folded clothes with the rest of the unfolded ones in retaliation. There, one less reminder to worry about. Though we're still gonna get reminded about it sooner or later. We're gonna have to wear those clothes at some point. Now I'm going to have to think of something else to do. So far my attempts at forgetting about Pastel have been completely futile. But that's perfectly fine. No one said it was going to be easy. Ironically, the more you tell yourself not to think of something, the more your mind will be enticed by it. Mustn't let this consume me. Had to find a way to relax. That bottle should help calm my nerves. Later that evening, feeling so refreshed I could do just about anything. I should try cooking for myself tonight. Now there's a task that will require my full attention. Periwinkle opens up the fridge for ideas. A pint of milk, a few cups of yogurt, some eggs, whipped cream. There isn't much in the way of meals, is there? This is why I never cook. But I could try making an omelette. Breakfast for dinner. Oh, what fun. Periwinkle cheerfully reaches for the eggs and then pauses. Actually, can I cook without magic? Turns to face the stove. This burner is the kind you light with a spell. I'm far too nervous my magic is gonna come out smelling like peaches again. Periwinkle slams the fridge shut. Forget cooking. What was I thinking? I'm not cut out to be a chef. But still, on the other hand, no. Think of him in this delightful domestic context is especially bad. No matter how much I want to eat his cooking now, and maybe have him for dessert, You're always the type to be good at it. This is depressing. I'm already right back to where I started. I'll just order a takeout. Periwinkle goes to bed that night, utterly incapable of forgetting about Pastille. Operation Seriously Do Not Think About That Boy, Day 2. I tried working, I tried doing chores. I've even tried cooking. All miserable failures. That's why today I'm taking drastic measures. Complete escapism. Return to my roots. I'll reread one of my favorite series. Nothing else, it should make a nice source of inspiration. Periwinkle pulls out volume 1 of a certain manga from his bookshelf. Fabric of our love. How many years has it been? Dresses were always drawn so beautifully in this series. I still think of them from time to time. And now you're going to be thinking of Pastille in those dresses, right? Just like on our last date. The story of a girl who's fallen for a handsome prince. Standard fare for the type of mangas I read. Mother is a talented seamstress who designs all sorts of dazzling gowns for her to wear. When the prince sees her in one, he becomes smitten with her. First, she's in heaven. This is the prince of her dreams. But she soon wonders if the prince is only attracted to the dresses, the glamour, not the poor girl underneath. Till the prince reveals, I shouldn't spoil it. The end is so sweet. Admiring the cover art for a while, Periwinkle finally opens the book and begins to read. Just as lovely as I remember, such delicate line work. Wouldn't blame the prince for noticing the dresses before the girl. They really are so beautiful. Come to think of it, the way the prince is drawn, short fluffy hair, his gentle features, reminds me of... Periwinkle closes the book in a panic. That was dangerous. I can't risk even thinking his name. There's even a later chapter where he dresses in servant's clothing. There are too many parallels. Periwinkle rolls across his bed and slides the book back into its place on his shelf. This isn't fair. How can one of my most beloved series be off limits in my time of need? Scan through the different titles once more before landing on a 12-volume series. I don't remember this one as clearly, but as an all-girl story, it should be safe. Periwinkle pulls the new book from his shelf, quietly immerses himself in its fictional world. Before I knew it, I'd finished reading all 12 volumes. The whole day had flown right by. Couldn't help but keep turning pages. The story was so much more than I remembered. Protagonist was nothing to write home about, but a childhood friend? What a moving character arc. She was very charismatic from the start. Kind of person you think has it all figured out, but you couldn't be more wrong. Over the course of the series, she goes through so many love interests. Back in the day, I assumed it was because the author couldn't make up their mind, as most authors do. But reading it all at once must have been planned from the beginning. These student relationships are merely self-sabotage, distraction from pursuing her one true love. Like a certain somebody else we know, eh? Never realizes the obvious answer until the very end, when an emotional finale. Is that foreshadowing by any chance? When she finally confesses, the two girls share their first kiss. The fireworks. Could anything be more romantic? Tears of happiness, finally being honest with herself, and with her best friend. How lovely. Well of loneliness that is a character was portrayed so flawlessly. She's the most real of them all. And the story any other way would have been an injustice. She deserves the world. I own this author's follow-up series as well, don't I? Time to get some snacks and start searching for it. I can't resist diving in right away. Operation Escape Reality, Day 3. Yeah, and unfortunately, when trying to escape reality, it has to end at some point. Whether you want it to or not. Frederico continued to read. And read. And read. Until he heard a knock at his door. Pastel? No, that isn't his knock. Ah, wait, I was trying to forget about him. Though I suppose it means I was successful for a while. I forgot that I was avoiding something to begin with. Okay, who's at our door? When he opens the door, Periwinkle is greeted by a small crowd of friends and acquaintances. Oh, hi? Periwinkle, get dressed, we're hitting the clubs. Love it's himbo witch. Well, the whole cavalry's arrived. Fortunately, I'm going to have to decline tonight. Isn't going to work for me. What? But no one's seen you in ages. You haven't abandoned us for a new scene, have you? Oh, no, nothing like that. I've just been a little preoccupied. I'm taking some time to myself at the moment. Nothing wrong with a little self-care, but are you sure you don't want to come out and enjoy the nightlife? I don't know. I've fallen so far behind on my work. Choosing work over getting laid? Now I know something's up with you. How offensive. I have more going on than just going out and flirting with everyone I meet. Of course. I do appreciate the invitation, though. Thank you for thinking of me. We just had to come and make sure you are still alive. Clubs are lonely without you. I'll have to make my grand return some other time then. Have a lovely evening. Group waves goodbye and disappears into the night. It's been a while since I had to turn them down. Periwinkle leans his back against the door and sighs. Definitely not in any state to go clubbing right now. No matter how much it warms my heart to know that I missed, I won't be making the same mistake as the other night. Can't go recklessly diving into the comforting arms of another as long as my mind is still hung up on Pastel. How long will I remain in this state? Show myself away, binge reading comics? These were emergency measures. Can't avoid the outside world forever. In any case, shouldn't Pastel be returning here at some point? Where we left off, I'd have expected him to come knocking as soon as possible. And yet, it's been 3 full days now, hasn't it? How long could he possibly abstain from my touch? Or something wrong? Shouldn't be thinking about any of this, but I'm beginning to feel annoyed, confused. You know, he comes back, I suppose my problem would go away on its own. But I hate the thought of that. Things are now, I'm only be haunted by thoughts of what I could have possibly done wrong. What is my plan then? Continue to ping-pong back and forth between these extreme emotional states? Rolls his eyes in exhaustion. I'll worry about this tomorrow. Periwinkle steps back into his room and tucks himself into bed with his books. But an hour later, another knock comes. This time, the pattern is unmistakable. Pastel is here. Well. So he comes after all. Despite my hard work of trying to forget, I've actually been waiting for this moment, haven't I? I don't care what these feelings might mean anymore. I'm tired of fighting them. I just want Pastel. He opens the door, and sure enough, Pastel is the one he finds standing there. Hi. Why, good evening. What could you possibly come for at this hour? To pick up where we left off the other night, maybe? It's about time. Come in. Sorry, I meant to come to see you again sooner. I had a few things to sort out before I... Hush now. That's not where we left off at all, was it? Yeah, I guess not. I'm more interested in how you got me home that night. You see, last thing I remember is sitting on that bench. Oh, well, I was having a hard time waking you up, so I ended up carrying you the whole way by yourself. I mean, having a broom to ride helped a lot. Periwinkle closes in. We rode it together then. Oh, we're definitely going to be doing some riding very, very soon. That was the easy way, yes. You must have held me so close so I wouldn't fall. I did. Putting your hands all over me. I didn't feel you up while you were unconscious. Gives him a big kiss. I was only kidding. But you also changed my clothes. Because I thought you'd be more comfortable that way. It was an innocent gesture. I can't believe you saw my bare chest. I've already seen it. Yeah. Pastel suddenly lifts him up by the waist and hoists him over his shoulder. Pastel! Oh, this is so cute. Oh, how the tables have turned. Please handle me more delicately. Okay, let's get this over and done with, because I think they both needed to let out some pent-out frustrations. When they finally raise the bed, Pastel falls backwards onto it, taking Periwinkle with him. I'm not gonna have to stop blurring some stuff out, am I? Pause there a moment, last thing to the soft breaths. You forgot to turn off the lights. Well, I can't get up now. How could he be so impatient at making me wait for so long? Oh well.